Hey everyone, Alan coming at you. Welcome to another video, boys. We're gonna do a brief update on the Bone Necromancer, but first I want to go ahead and show you what my Chaos Sanctuary runs look like. They're extremely fast now, and they're only gonna get better. Stick around after the chaos, and we're gonna talk about the rest of the build. Okay guys, so I want to go ahead and go over my gear real quick on what I'm using on my Bone Necromancer. Now if you can, pick yourself up a Bone Shade. This is probably going to be the single best item to use as this build. I'm getting 7 to teeth from one wand. Right now our teeth is at level 40 with 3,800 damage on it. Close to 4,000 damage, so we're getting a ton of damage on our teeth now from this wand. We're using a bone spear occasionally down the hallways through Chaos Sanctuary, and we get those tight spaces. 5,300 damage bone spear, so we're starting to get a big spread here between the two. 1,500 damage apart, and we're doing 7,000 damage on our bone spirit. So right now we're using full Trang set. Still giving us a ton of skills, still giving us a ton of damage reduction. And we did pick up a pair of Sandstorm Treks. That's just what I'm using right now. Honestly, a pair of Alder's boots would probably be great in this slot. You could also use a pair of War Traps for the magic find. Let's go ahead and look at our jewelry now. So I did go ahead and switch to a 3 poison and bone amulet. Ideally you'd probably want to slam this and get 1 skills. So the reason I went with this over my other one that I was using is because I don't necessarily need the resist right now, right? My resists are already overcapped. I don't need the extra resist, and I need as much poison and bone skills as I can possibly get. Our rings, we're currently just using a Nagel ring for the magic find. And then our other ring we're using, we just used a 10 FCR ring with a bunch of strength on it. and dual resistances. So this is a nice little ring. However, I don't necessarily need the faster cast rate anymore. I'm at 85 cast rate speed. So if I lose this ring, I'm still at that 75 FCR breakpoint. However, the extra strength is allowing me to use the helmets. All right, so once you have your bone shade, you're pretty much going to be doing a ton more damage with this build. You want to start picking up some skillers after that. We are using 4 poison and bone skillers right now, which is increasing our skills, and we did find a high rune drop, which we did trade for a hellfire torch. So right now we're just using some life grand charms. I'm using a Geeds just for the extra magic find. Okay, everybody, so now that we've gone over what our character is wearing, let's go over the gear that we have on Emilio. So we are using an Act 2 Defiance Merc. Reason why is because he's going to be giving us 9% physical damage reduction and a little bit of extra defense. Right now we are using a 4-socketed Colossus Vulge Ethereal Insight. So the only reason why I'm using a Colossus Vulge is honestly that's really just all I found so far. It does a ton of damage, and Insight is going to be helping us regain all that mana that we're using with Teeth. Teeth is a very heavy mana costing ability. It's 22.5 mana per cast. This is just going to help keep our mana sustained, so we're not just going constantly. We're using a Crown of Thieves helmet. Ideally, I'd probably want like a Vampire Gaze here, but this is just all that I found so far. It's got a nice little bit of life on it. It's got really high replenish life, which is nice on it, and it has that little bit of life steal. Now, we are using a dark glow for our chest piece. Now, you could use like something like a shaft stop. You know, anything with a little bit of physical damage reduction would be good here. However, I kind of opted into using this, and I like this because it's giving us maximum resistances. You know, we have other spots on our mercenary to get physical damage reduction. We could be using a Vampire Gaze, and our belt, I could be using the String of Ears, which is giving us physical damage reduction. I really like using this here because this is also making him tanky to elemental damage. So Emilio has 80 to all resistances, and then I was able to corrupt maximum poison resist on it, so he has 83 poison resistance. This is going to help him stay alive and keep him very tanky. Also, I wanted to mention we are using a 14 to maximum damage and a 13 to all resistance jewel. This is helping us hit maximum resists on Emilio. Now for the boots, we're simply just using a pair of Rite of Passage boots because they have Cannot Be Frozen on them. This is going to help your mercenary kind of stay up to date with you. So that way he's not falling in the back if he gets frozen. He's also not dying because he can't swing. So yeah, Cannot Be Frozen is very good on a mercenary, and these are really cheap, really easy pair of boots to throw on him. And then we have the cream of the crop here, guys. We are using an ethereal pair of Dracul's Grasp Vampire Bone gloves. These are fantastic for your mercenary. In fact, this is probably one of the best pair of gloves to have on your mercenary. You're getting 20% attack speed. You're getting a ton of life steal on here. You're getting open wounds. He's getting a lot more strength, so we can wield this Colossus Vulge, as well as life after each kill. This is a huge upgrade for your mercenary, as well as the String of Ears Demon Hide Sash. This is giving us more life steal, but not only that, we're getting that physical damage reduction. So that way when your merc is going in and he's attacking tons of monsters, he's healing himself with the life stolen per hit. He's also going to be a lot tankier because he's got a reduction on physical damage. Alrighty guys, thanks for watching. If you want to see this build live in action, I do stream on Twitch, usually in the mornings around 10 Eastern time until later in the evening. I stream pretty much every day. So I'll leave the links below. You can find me there. Other than that, thank you guys for liking, commenting, and subscribing, and I'll see you in the next one.